Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today I have a few different sovereigns out to show you, and basically I've been having a little bit of a sort out. So we've got the Jubilee heads, we've got the Victoria Vale heads, and we have the Edwards out today. So we're going to look at choosing a quality sovereign, and if you do have the choice, obviously how you can pick out what will be the best quality sovereign. And also, if you are just buying perhaps best value, then how you could perhaps sort out your stack and maybe prioritize the ones that are going to be better condition. So the first thing I like to look at is on this side of the coin, because on the portraits, obviously the different portraits might wear differently. So on the Georgian Dragon side, the first place I like to look is just over at the bottom right hand side, so where the dragon's belly is, if you like. So you can see on this one there is quite a bit of detail, really good condition, and there's a bit of luster on the coin as well. Now this one is a Jubilee head sovereign, so this is the Jubilee portrait, and if you look just above the eye in the hair, on this particular one you can see a bit of detail, and then down at the brooch on the shoulder. So those are the sort of first places to wear, and a little bit on the crown as well. So like I say, this one is a particularly good condition one. You do often find these coming up for sale, and I have had quite a few of these come up. Often though, the quality isn't just quite as good. So if we have a look at this one, now this one is a little bit worn. Let me just have a look for another one. So here we go. This is perhaps a better example. So you see the dates are pretty close together. It's not like a certain year of coin is going to wear more than others. It really just depends how hard of a life that the coin had, when it was in circulation. So this one here up on the right versus this one on the left, you can see there's a clear difference in the amount of wear, particularly this area that I'm highlighting. So I would first of all look at that part of the coin. You can have a quick across the room look and see if there's any big dents or dings or scratches. But when you're looking a bit more closely, you can see there is a bit of like luster on the coin, a bit of the original finish on the coin to the left. And again, you look at the detail, when you properly look at the coin, you can really see that one is, a superior coin in terms of quality and in terms of the wear. So, people will pay extra for incredibly nice looking coins, some with the intention of grading and some just with the intention of having nicer coins. So the one, the more worn one, it's not like there's anything wrong with it. It's just got a bit more wear. It still meets, the bullion requirements. So if you're just a stacker, then it's all fine. It's not gonna, penalise you. And to be honest, I've not really paid extra for any of these coins that are out today. They are just what's come in best value. So there is a range of, different monarchs on the coins. And so with the different monarchs, they're going to wear a little bit differently on the portrait side. But that's why I tend to first look at the Georgian Dragon side. So again, you can see here, the one on the left does look a bit bigger as I'm holding it, but I'm just holding it a bit closer to the camera. The condition of the coins is, quite a bit different here. This is obviously the Vale head or the old head. So I noticed with some of the Vale heads, they almost look a bit more like a mirrored, almost proof-like finish, like you can see on this one on the left. The one on the right, again, it has clearly got a bit more wear there. You can see that there is a bit less detail, but overall still, a reasonable bullion condition. So here we're having a look at two sort of really nice examples, and again, that almost like a mirrored, field, if you like, is quite visible on these. So that's quite an interesting one to note. And this particular one here just came in a bit more recently. But again, just, nice, honest bullion weight. So next up, we have another coin here, which is 1902. So that's the first year of Edwardian Sovereigns. And this one in a capsule is because it's a particularly nice example that I pulled out. So you can really see the luster on here. It's got a lot of the original finish. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned or scratched or polished or, heavily circulated. So whilst some of the Edward coins have been circulated, the sovereigns were circulated until in like the First World War when, they were removed. And I've got a video coming up in the not too distant future about the sort of life of a sovereign, if that's a good way of saying it. But, they weren't always going to be like used to buy bread at the shop or anything like that. You know, the sovereigns were predominantly for higher value transactions for a lot of time, and for that reason, you know, you wouldn't necessarily always be walking around with a pocket full of sovereigns, you know, if you were an average man on the street. So again, just looking at these two here, one clearly looks like a higher quality coin here, and the one on the right obviously does show a little bit more wear. Now, I roughly categorize these to basically pick out, you know, some of the dates that I've got. Obviously, if you've seen the date run video, I'm trying to get all of the dates from, well, I've got all of the Georgian Dragon dates, but I'm trying to get all the Shield dates now as well. So in terms of the Georgian Dragon dates, not all of them, sorry, from Victoria's reign onwards. So there are definitely the pre-Victorias that I'm currently missing. But like I say, the general sort of general consensus of my stack is just bullion sovereigns, but I am ultimately trying to upgrade some of the examples. So if, for example, I get a duplicate of a certain date, I will, you know, keep the better date and put the less good date to the side. And maybe in the future, you know, if I do need to sell down some of the stack, or if I just fancy, you know, swapping what I've got, I could obviously move on the lower quality coin to end up with better quality coins in the collection, if you like. So it would be obviously fantastic just to, you know, keep buying these like uncirculated examples of coins. But if you are choosing specific dates and choosing, you know, uncirculated examples, you are going to probably have to pay a bit more, unless you just have a, you know, maybe you've got a contact at a bullion dealer and you can just trawl through and pick out the best ones. You know, if that's the case, then good on you, you know, great. But for most of us, you know, if we're just buying coins unseen a lot of the time, or just with, you know, asking the dealers for the better ones, then we just have to make do with what we've got. So all is good, and hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what your favourite coin is, and we will talk soon.